Hi guys, it's Sabrina with this week's Facebook job search question of the week. And this week's question has to do with pay and why recruiters always want to know about it up front, why they ask what you're looking to make right away, and also what you should say when they ask. So we'll deal with the first part, why they ask. And the answer is very simple. It's because they have a budget. And they have to work within that budget. And they also have a lot of candidates. And they don't want to waste any time, your time or their time, if salary is going to be a deal breaker, and it often is. So if you say that you absolutely would not accept anything below $60,000, this position only pays $40,000, why move forward? You know, if they know they can't come above 40, and you know you're not going to go any lower than 60, there's no reason to put you through an interview process. So, you know, the answer is they need to know. That's typically a deal breaker. It's typically a hanging point. They want to know that at the end of the process, if they make you an offer, you guys are going to be able to come to some kind of agreement on a fair price. Now, typically when I explain that, the question that I get back is, but if I'm the right fit, if I'm the perfect candidate, wouldn't they find a way to pay me? And the answer is maybe. But maybe they can't. I mean, in this economy especially, there are tight budgets, and employers are saying, look, I need this person, but I can only pay X for them. That's all the money that we have. And so recruiters know whether they're going to be able to move up or down on that pay scale. And if you're way out of range and they know that no matter how good you are, they're not going to be able to meet your expectations, then it kind of just is what it is. Now, some of them do have some wiggle room. They, you know, the hiring manager or whoever may say, try and bring the person in at this, but if you get a great candidate, I have some room that I can move, you know, 5 or 10,000, then that's fine. But the recruiter knows. They know that up front. Salary is something they're very aware of. So they know whether they're going to be able to negotiate or not off of the number that they have. And if they can't and you're way out of range, why move forward? Because you're not going to be able to come to some kind of agreement. The second part of the question was, what do you say? You as a job seeker should know the value that you bring. You know, you should have worked through what you can contribute to an organization, the value that you bring, what sets you apart from other candidates. And because this is a job market, there's a dollar amount attached to that. So the value that you bring, the thing that sets you apart, your accomplishments, your experience, what you're going to be able to come in and do for them in the first 30, 60, 90 days, has a dollar amount assigned to it, and you need to figure out what that is. And you obviously take your history, others who are doing what you're doing in the area that you're in, so what other employers are paying for that position in that area. You do all of that research and you come up with a fair amount for the things that you bring. Just like if you're selling merchandise, you know, there's a fair amount for whatever it is you're selling. And in the job marketplace, you're selling yourself and you're selling your skills, and there is a dollar amount that comes with that. So you should do the research, know the value that you bring, know what you can offer, and give them a fair price. Obviously, you have to look at your financial situation, your personal financial situation, because there's a number that you need to be able to live, and so you need to know what that is and factor that into the number. When they ask, do you just say, if you know that 70,000 is your number, do you just say, well, 70,000? You can. I mean, you can certainly be that direct. I'm really kind of a no-nonsense kind of girl. If they ask me what I want to make, I tell them. But you know, some people are a little uncomfortable with that. You can certainly give a range. A lot of people suggest that you give a range. That's fine. It works. Just know, in my experience, that when you give a range, they're probably going to try and maybe come in on the lower end of that, depending on their pay scale. You can also preempt the question a little bit, or preempt the answer, I guess, by asking them if they have a range that they're working within. And then hopefully they'll give you that range, and that gives you the opportunity to say, yes, I can work within that, or, ooh, that's really kind of outside where I was wanting to be. So if you're uncomfortable just giving your answer, then you can certainly ask them what their pay range is for this position, and they may tell you, they may not. If they do, great. If they don't, at some point they're going to keep digging until you give them a number. So in whatever way you're comfortable doing it, just giving them the number, telling them what you made before, and it kind of explaining why, you know, that's the number because of the value that you bring, or giving them a range. Either way, you just have to give it to them. You don't want to waste time, you know, and so you know what you're worth, you know what you bring to the table, and you know what you're willing to accept. And you don't want to go through, especially in some of these companies with really long interview processes, you don't want to be going through weeks and weeks of an interview process just to find out in the end that, you know, they were never going to be able to meet your salary expectations from the very beginning. You want to just get that out of the way. So don't be shy when they ask the question. Now you know why they ask it. It's because they're not looking to waste time. You don't want to waste time. They have numbers they're working within. They want to make sure you're within the range. And don't be afraid to tell them what you're worth and be able to explain why. And, you know, if ranges are more comfortable with you, that's absolutely acceptable too. So I hope that helps. If you have a question, again, you can go to the Facebook page. I'll put it somewhere here on the screen, and then in below in the comments. So you can go to the Facebook page, leave it right there on the wall. It'll be answered in a future video. You can also check out my blog, which I'll also list, and that has a job seekers kind of resource page that has lots of other information. I hope that you are doing well in your job search. I also hope that wherever you are, you're getting some of this weather. We have like 70-degree weather in Chicago in October. It's crazy. I absolutely love it for the week, but I know that that probably means a bad winter is coming. So anyway, wherever you are, I hope that you're getting some of this weather and that you have a great weekend. And I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.